Good morning, everybody. Yeah, let's begin today's session. We have solved this question earlier. I've forgotten about this. Okay. Yeah, we'll start with this. So here you're given 3 different kinds of interlocking rods. You're given a total of 12 rods. 6 of type A, this is 6. 2 of type B, and 4 rods of type C. What is the maximum length? You have to find the maximum length, okay? That can be achieved by just by combination of 6 of type A, 2 of type B, and 4 of type C. Please try answering this on your own once. We'll solve it together afterwards, okay? In this thing, maximum length is required. Maximum length can be achieved by, of course, type A, if I'm using type A only. But what happens is, if I'm just using type A, there is no interlocking happening because type A has male part here. The female part is missing. The female part happens in type C and type B, which means I will be required to use all the parts of type C and all the parts of type B, definitely. The type A kind of rod will be used, not all will be used, but few of type A rod will be used in this case. Kavya, wrong answer. You have to take into consideration when this 1 centimeter part goes inside here to subtract that 1 centimeter part from the total length while you're calculating the whole length, okay? In this case, you don't have a choice but literally draw the whole thing. I'll give you a hint. I will first start with combining A and C together. This will be my first strategy, to combine A and C together. Once I have done with or using all the components of C, when I've made the rod, I will, because A and C has both the female parts and A has both the male parts, it's easier to first start with combining A and C instead of starting with B, okay? Start with A and C, combining, make the rod, use C to the extent that all 4 are used. After that, check if you can use the 2 parts of B which are provided. That's your hit. How long after using A and C to the maximum, C to the max, C to its complete, and A to whatever extent you can, check how long you can extend that rod with using the component B, and you will find your answer. After that, all you have to do is just add the dimensions. Prithvi, we are supposed to find the dimensions. Your answer is wrong, so I think there's some issue. Please check. Diya, wrong answer. Kavya, wrong answer. Tanvi, Kashti, wrong answer. It's actually very simple. Just start with A and C first, then use the B part. Shimoli, you're closer but wrong answer. Diya, closer to but wrong answer. Can't a rod end with the interlocutor? It may end with the male part also. It's fine, Kashti. We are more interested in the whole rod length with the parts, okay? So don't worry how it ends. It's not necessary that it has to end with C or it has to end with what B looks like. It can end with what the ends are part of A are looking like also. Twisha, Tisha, wrong answer. All right, chalo, let's do this, okay? It's very simple. Like I said, we'll first start with A and C. One is male and one is a female part, all right? So I'm first starting with A. I'm going to draw it at the bottom. I think that's better. This will be C. I'm going to use it a little bit smaller, otherwise I don't have space. Okay, let me just use a little bit smaller so I can have some space to do it. I'm trying to draw smaller so I have more space. A, C, A, C, A. Sorry, this is C and this is E. So 1, 2, 3, 3 C's are there. This is another C. Last C, because I have only 4 C. So I have, so far I've used all the 4 C's, okay? And yeah, this is A, of course. Now I'm left with 2 of B. So this is a male part, there's one female part in B, so I will use that. Another B will come here. Okay. So A ka length is, so this is 1 centimeter, 8, 4, 8, 4, 8, 4. Let me draw it here. 8, 4, 8. B ka length is 6, 6, 6. And then this is 1 centimeter. So when I add all of them together, so I have 8, kitne hai? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 8 into 5 plus 4 is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Plus 6 is 2 plus 2 centimeters. This will be equal to 40 plus 16 plus 12 plus 2. So it's 70, which is the answer. Is it clear? Any doubts, any questions in this?
Ma'am, so we need not use all the 12 rods because we have used only 5 A's
Yeah, it's not
out of 6.
possible to use all the 12 rods. See, for example, if I have a male part here and a male part here, I'm left with only one A rod. A-type rod is left, right now. I cannot use it anywhere in this whole thing because my connectors are not there. Because after this, I cannot add another A-type rod. What it said is, what is the maximum that can be achieved by connecting the rods appropriately? We are not interested if we are using all the rods or not. Using just these possibilities, these numbers with the connectors and some male parts, we just have to extend it. Okay, how many you can use and what is the length that can be achieved. यहाँ पे कहीं पे भी ऐसा नहीं लिखा कि you have to use all 12. I think in this case, I'm just utilizing 11 rods only. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Any doubts, any questions? Okay. In this kind of questions, please make a note of how many connectors and how many inserts do you have. In this case, A does not have any connector, but only B and C has connectors. So that's why maximum connectors I will utilize first, all C, and then I will check how many B components I can utilize. And A is where is used just to extend the length with C. Okay, chalo, we'll move to the next one. Here you're given a figure which is made of L, T, H, I, E, and F, and they are oriented in different ways. What you have to find is the maximum occurrences of the letter T. The total number of occurrences, sorry, not maximum, but the total number of occurrences of the letter T is what you have to find. Please type your answers in the chat box, okay? It's given T specifically, so look for trios. A T has a trio like this. So look for a combination where just 3 lines are meeting together at one point. Baki sub mein there will be 2 or at least 2 instances of these sorts which will be happening. Kavya, correct answer. Ashwi, wrong answer. It is much preferred to start from top to bottom in this case. I started like that, it worked. But if it does not work, start from verticals also. Verticals is a little bit confusing in this. Trisha and somebody named iPhone, your answer is correct. Tisha, Tanvi, wrong answer. Mahi, correct answer. They were wrong answer. Rishabh, Heer, correct answer. Kashti, correct answer. Neera, Palak, wrong answer. And we correct answer. Okay. They wrong answer. Tanvi correct answer. Shamoli correct answer. In this case, I'm looking for this kind of a trio. I'm just looking at this point right now. T. So total 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. There are no other options where T is happening. Any doubts, any questions? Okay. So now here you are given 3 types of pencils, A, B, C. These are 3 different kinds of pencils. They have different black and white strips. You have to find the total number of type A pencils in the figure, which is shown here. Which shows, this shows different pencils which are pointing in up and down direction. So ये ऊपर के side point कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पे जो भी points है, ये नीचे के side point कर रहा है. In this kind of question, please note, it is easier that you are given option A. It is easier in this case when you are given A to calculate to find the number of pencils that are A, because A has 1 black line and 2 non-colored lines. If you are given B or C, it would have been really confusing to derive which one would be B and which one would be C. A is relatively easier. All you need to search for is this transit of black and 2 white at the on the sides, and compare just by the orientation. Once you find the black and 2 white lines, all you have to do is check the orientation of the lead, this lead on top, and you will arrive at the answer. Tanvi, Divya, Shimoli, correct answer. Kavya, correct answer. Kashvi, correct answer. Ishwa, wrong answer. Yug, correct answer. Khushi, correct answer. Riya, wrong answer. Diya, correct answer. Shrujal, wrong answer. Mahi, correct answer. Trisha, and Kashti, Rishabh, correct answer. Trisha, Manya, correct answer. Meera, wrong answer. Meera, wrong answer. Pratvi, wrong answer. Veer, correct answer. Pratvi, wrong answer. Palak, correct answer. Vansh, wrong answer. Anvi, correct answer. All right, let's do it. Okay. In this case, I'm just going to point the leads where where A type are happening. So first is evident. यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा है black line and then 2 white lines. Next is not there. उसके बाद नीचे जो है this part is not there. यहाँ पे 1, 2, and 3. So this is where it is happening. This part, this lead which is happening is white, black, white, not there. Black, white, black, not there. Black, white, white, possible. So ये भी हो रहा है आपका. उसके बाद वाला नीचे वाला जो है, even this is happening, white, white, white and black, black, white, white here. This is not happening. ये हो रहा है white, white, black. The next part is white, black, white, not possible. उसके बाद वाला जो है black, white, white, this is happening. Then you have black, white, black, so not possible. This is white, black, white, not possible. The next part is white, white, black, which is happening. उसके बाद नहीं हो रहा. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total 7 pencils of type A are there. Any doubts, any questions? You literally had to go one pencil, other pencil, third pencil, fourth pencil in this case. Okay, sure, we'll move to the next one. Here you are given a parallelogram with some divisions. What you have to find is the number of parallelograms that are there in the given figure. You have to find the number of parallelograms that are there in the figure which is provided. Please try solving it. Kashti, wrong answer. You correct answer. Kavya, Rishabh, Divya, Ria, wrong answer. Trisha, Jay, correct answer. Kashti, Kushi, Dia, Mahi, Tisha, Anshi, Twisha, wrong answer. Tanvi, correct answer. Vansh, wrong answer. Ashvi, wrong answer. He, wrong answer. Trisha, correct answer. Rishabh, correct answer. Ria, Meera, Kushi, wrong answer. Kashvi, wrong answer. Anvi, correct answer. Tisha, wrong answer. Okay, let's do it. So first I will count this one figure which are parallelogram. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus. One. And similarly, I have another one here also. Likewise, plus one here and one here, 2 plus 2 plus the larger one, 9. the whole box 1, which will be equal to 15. 8 plus 7 is 15. So there are a total of 15 parallelograms in the figure. Any doubts, any questions? Okay, sure. We'll move to the next one. This is again surface counting question, but it's relatively simple, okay? Imagine letters are extruded into third dimension, like how letter A is extruded in third dimension like this. If the word love shown on the right were to be extruded, how many surfaces would the resultant letter have? Or to find the number of surfaces that the letter love will have. In this question, please remember, if I were to break the letter, the edges and the surfaces, it will, for A, for example, that's why I'm taking an example of A here, okay? If I were to break the edges and the surfaces together, A will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 1 surface on top and 1 surface on the bottom. So total 10 surfaces A has. So what I did for A, not 10, plus this edges I forgot to count, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So 3 and 30. So in this case of A, all I did was just count the edges that are formed with A, add the top surface and add the bottom surface, and I find the total number of surface. So in case of LOVE, love, all you need to do is count the edges and just add the top surface and the bottom surface for each letter. Okay, so the correct answer, Trisha, Kavya, wrong answer. Ria, Ashvi, correct answer. You, correct answer. So in this case, all you need to go is letter by letter by letter. Don't do a consolidated one. Go from L, then O, then V, then E. Meera, here, wrong answer. Ratri, wrong answer. Chalo, let's just do for letter L first. L has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 edges plus 1 surface on top, 1 surface on bottom. Visha, wrong answer. Anshi, Rishabh, Kashti, wrong answer. Prithvi, wrong answer. Tishar, wrong answer. Tanvi, wrong answer. O. 1 and 2 edges, and 1 surface, so 2 edges plus 1 surface on top, 1 surface on bottom. 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 2 surfaces. Let's make up 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. 12 edges plus one surface on top, one surface on bottom, which will be 14. The addition of all of these will be 12 plus 14, 26 plus 9, 35. So letter love will have 35 surfaces. Any doubts, any questions? Okay, sure. Move to the next. Here, you are given some unique patterns in a grid. All you need to guess is the number of patterns. You're given patterns which are getting repeated, and there are few which are unique patterns which are getting repeated with the blocks which are getting repeated. Like this is a unique pattern, but this pattern is also happening here, 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 and here. But I will count this pattern only once. Okay. So how many unique patterns can you find here in the grid? Kavya, correct answer? Tisha, wrong answer. Ashwi, wrong answer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This and this are same. 5, 6. I'm just cross-checking it now after doing this. Okay. Yeah. So 7 unique patterns like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. Any doubts, any questions in this?
Ma'am,
Yes.
the ones you identified as fifth and sixth aren't the same.
They are different. One is a darker tone and one is a lighter tone. Inverse है. जैसे how do I draw it? 1 second. ये ऐसा ग्रेड है, right? So एक में आप एक में ये जो और ये ग्रिड में इतना पार्ट आपका हैच किया हुआ है. So this is a darker black and then this is a lighter like in 5 this is a darker gray versus in 6 जो नीचे वाला है is a lighter gray. That's why I find it different, both of them.
Okay.
We'll move to the next one. This is a photography related question, but these kind of questions are heavily asked as associated with photography. Okay. What you are given is in photography, F numbers represents lens aperture. You have to find the missing F number in the sequence which is provided below. .5 dash and F4.5. It's very simple actually. Prathvi, wrong answer. There's no sequence here. Please note, if you're thinking of it to be sequential, there is no sequence here. You just have to guess what will be the aperture lens aperture up between 3.5 and 4.5. That's it. Tanvi, Diya, correct answer. Actually, it will be, I'll just tell you, it's F/4. F/4 is the missing lens aperture here. So all you have to do is write 4. That's it. Shallow. We'll move to the next one. Here you are given a puzzle. And the puzzle is made up of 8 different pieces. When you arrange the puzzle, you will get some kind of a number. When you arrange this puzzle, you get some kind of a number. You have to find what number will be formed after the correct arrangement. What number will be formed after the correct arrangement? In this kind of question, please note, start with the edges. Start with the edges and you have to draw this. It's difficult to visualize these kind of questions, but you are required to draw the whole thing. Only then you will be able to find the number which the puzzle will create. You try solving this on your own. I am also meanwhile drawing it at the bottom. Okay. I'm drawing the whole puzzle at the bottom, but you try solving it on your own, and once you find the answer, please write it in the chat box. But solve it, okay? Edge. Possible edge. I'm not sure of the other edge, but these 3 are definitely edges. Ashvi, Yog, Heer, correct answer. Yes, Trisha, rotating is allowed in this case. You cannot flip the pieces, but you can rotate the pieces, definitely. So, this was which one? 5. Okay. 5 is also done. So the resultant number is 2823. Any doubts, any questions in this? In this case, you actually don't have a choice but to really sketch the whole puzzle in your book, that is in your notepad or in your sketching pad, whatever is given to you. It's very difficult to visualize it, okay? Unless and until you have a edge of visualization. Any doubts, any questions in this? It's a very crude way, but I hope you are able to. I mean, there might be some issues with it, drawing the edges and all, because I was reconstructing it. Yeah, but it will form something like this. Any doubts, any questions? Okay, shall move to the next one. Here, you're given a passage. You have to, the statements that are derived at the bottom, all 5 statements, they may be explicitly or implicitly drawn. Either they are mentioned as it is, or they may be derived, okay? Explicitly and implicitly reading. After these statements are made after making these statements, after having an explicit or an implicit reading of the passage. What you have to guess is how many statements are false. You have to guess the statements that are false, okay? Please type your answers in the chat box. We'll do it together, but just try it on in the chat box. Just read it and type your answers in the chat box. A little bit tricky, but it's not that difficult. It's a little bit tricky, but it's actually not that difficult. Need a correct answer? Shrujal, I don't understand what you're saying, but you have to find the number of statements that are false, okay? Tanvi, correct answer. Rishabh, correct answer. Kavya, Kashti, wrong answer. You will be required to read and reread the passage a lot, okay? Shimoli, wrong answer. Divya, wrong answer. I mean, the number is fine, but it's a wrong answer that you guessed. Trisha, wrong answer. Twisha, wrong answer. Here, in this case, you are lucky that you're just supposed to guess the number of statements that are false. You don't have to point out which statements are false, okay? Which is a good thing in this question. To start with the first statement. Indonesian society accorded preeminence to women and children, which means they are given some kind of a higher higher order compared to men. If you read the statement, if you read this whole thing properly, some members of the audience, usually the women and the children, sit on the shadow side, while the men would sit on the favorable side where the feature and the colors of the puppet could be seen. So this is a false interpretation, because women are provided a place to sit which is not that favorable, versus men are provided a place to sit which are favorable, which means they are not given that kind of due importance. So first statement is wrong. Second one, modern Vayankulit probably uses electric lights to cast shadow. Now, if you look at how Vayankulit or skin theater was performed, was light from an oil lamp behind the puppeteer's head would cast the shadow. Historically, this is what's happening historically. But this is an assumption, because the statement says probably uses, which means they are assuming. So there is a possibility that some kind of light source, in this case, in the modern times, it could be an electric light also. There's a possibility. So we have to give that due credit, and we have to assume statement 2 to be correct, because it says, and it stems from an assumption that probably uses. So statement 2 is correct. The next statement, Wayang has Islamic origins, which is true. Muslim Indonesia is a fascinating story. So it does have historic origins, Islamic origins, although it featured Hindu epics, which is the feature would be an Hindu epic, but it originated in Muslim Indonesia. So it does have Islamic origins. So we have to accept that as true. The next part, Gamelan is a traditional ensemble music of Java and Bali in Indonesia. What is given here about Gamelan is that the puppeteer, or also known as the dalang, controls the puppet and conducts accompanying music performed by a Gamelan orchestra. There is no mention whether or not it's a traditional ensemble of Java or a Balinese origin. It may be, but we don't have any mention about it here. So I have to take that assumption to be a false assumption. Next part. Puppets are made up of fabric for easy manipulation of dalang. If you look at skin theater, which is provided here, which means it is skin theater or hide theater or leather theater, as a matter of fact. So puppets made up of fabric, it's not even written here, but if you like, I did a historical search, and of course the puppets are made up of hide, leather. Moreover, it is written skin theater here, so that assumption of fabric is false, and I will consider that to be wrong. So that way, statements 1, statement 4, and statement 5 are wrong, which makes it 3 statements to be wrong. Okay. Any doubts, any questions in this?
Ma'am, there's no mention, right, that Vayankulit Islamic origin, like it's
written, no? Muslim Indonesia is a fascinating story of tolerance and absorption and relaxed compromise between religions, unlike other multi-faith societies. Which means we are talking of some kind of Muslim origin here, Islamic origin here. Can you explain point 5? Point 5. Okay. In this case, what is mentioned is puppets are made up of fabric. What we are written is Vayankulit is skin theater. Now, if it is skin theater, it cannot be fabric. You have to go for that point. Even if you don't know about Vayankulit to be made up of hide, just that information that it is made up of, the puppets are made up of hide, even if you don't know about it, you can straight away reject the fabric part. It's not an assumption. Like in case of point 2 may probably uses DI, which is an assumption, which may be true also, electric lights wala. Because in the traditional theater, light source was an oil lamp, which is some kind of light source was used. So option 2 may probably diya, isliye we can assume that to be correct. But option 5 may they are establishing that it is made up of fabric. And यहाँ पे already आपको skin का mention दिया है. It means it can be some kind of animal skin or it can be hide. I mean, leather is basically animal skin. So that's why I've rejected option 5. Trisha and Ria, are you fine? Is it clear for you? Okay, fine. Any doubts, any questions? Please note, in these kind of questions, you have to distinguish between what is an assumption. If it is explicit and implicit reading, assumptions can be taken as correct, provided that, how should I put it? Like in this case, in case of this assumption, the light source was required. Hence, this light source can be a modern light source also, provided you have these kind of conditioning. Okay. We'll probably take one more and then we'll end the session. Okay. So here you're given, we have done this question earlier, this kind of question earlier, but more complex than what you're given here. So I think this should be easy for you to solve. What you're given here, a pulley is a pulley complex system of belt and pulley arrangement is provided, and a weight is kept at the bottom here on this part. This weight allows this pulley to move down. और आपको ये भी दिया है कि starting point of the pulley is where it is moving in this direction, just to cross check. All you have to guess is the pulleys, you have to guess the number of pulleys which are rotating clockwise, which is in the direction of I. I is also rotating clockwise here. You find the number of pulleys which are rotating clockwise. Diya, correct answer. Shimoli, wrong answer. Anvi, correct answer. One second. Kashvi, wrong answer. Pratvi, Tanvi, Vaibhav, Mahi, Diya, correct answer. Kavya, Meera, Kashvi, wrong answer. Divya, Vishwa, Shamoli, sorry, Vishwa, correct answer. Kashvi, Diya, wrong answer. Shamoli, Rishabh, wrong answer. Trisha, wrong answer. Kavya, correct answer. All right, we'll just draw the whole situation. Shruja, correct answer. Palak, Tisha, correct answer. So in this case, if the rope is moving downward, ये rope ऐसे move करेगा. This rope, when it moves like that, ये pulley ऐसे move करेगा. So H also. This rope is moving in this direction. ये rope ऐसे move होना चाहिए, which means ये rope ऐसे move होना चाहिए. This rope is supposed to be pulled in this direction. This will move like this. This rope is supposed to move here in this direction. So E will rotate like this. This rope is supposed to move here in this direction, like that. So D will move like this. This rope is supposed to move in this direction. So C will move like this. This rope is supposed to move in this direction. So B will move like this. And A ka bhi same. A will move also like this, which is provided. So after this, C is the one which is there. So there are total 5 pulleys which are moving in clockwise direction. I'm just highlighting them again. I, H, G, F, and C. Okay, these are the highlighted pulleys which are moving in clockwise direction. I mean, rotating in clockwise direction. Any doubts, any questions? Let's see. Okay, this is complex. We'll take this next time only. Abhi time lagega. We'll end today's session with this. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Okay.